We hear stories of counterfeit cigars all the time. Most of them are people who've been to a beach on Mexico and they bought some cigars, or maybe you bought them off a dodgy website trying to save some money. Too good to be true. And you know, of a friend that is trying to sell them, but you don't know where he's got them from. He doesn't even know where he's got them from. These are the stories that we always hear, or we used to hear, because now a reputable seller, a Swiss seller, Montefortuna Cigars, has admitted to selling fake cigars. I received a lot of messages asking for my opinions on this matter. It is not as easy as just to say one thing or the other, because there's a lot of things involved, a lot of people involved, there's reputation, there's money, and I do see some of the points that people are making. So I've done a bit of research and my thoughts, and here's where I am at the moment. One of the points is that people are very concerned about these fake cigars, and it's fully understandable. Some of these cigars cost a lot of money, especially in the USA. They're really hard to get, and people are concerned if they have these boxes themselves, if they've been scammed. How can they find out? How can they know if they have one of these boxes, and what can they do? Luckily for us, there are two ways to check the Habano boxes. One is take the barcode that is found in every box and you take it over to the habano.com website, and you'll be able to check that barcode against the database. The other way to do it is every Habano box should have a warranty seal. In this warranty seal, there is a UV stamp that can only be seen with a UV light. If you're able to see that stamp, it normally means that your cigars are legit, they're originals. Saying this, the boxes in questions have the UV, have the seal, they have the UV stamp on them that you can only check with the UV light, but there's an issue with them. The difference between the original UV stamp and the counterfeit is that there is a small box with numbers in the coat of arm. As we can see on these images, mine on the left, which is the original box, and the different on the counterfeit, which is right here on the side. Another issue that has been raised a lot, that people have asked me a lot, is how long has this been going on? Now, it is very difficult for me to say, you know, when or how long or why it happened, but I imagine that there would be an investigation between Habanos, the distributors, and the shops, the sellers, to track, you know, when shipments were made and which shipments had these boxes. They might be able to figure out. And one of the questions that I had the most was, if this is happening to Montefortuna, what are the chances that it's happening to other sellers, other shops? What I would suggest is, if you bought anything in the last year, year and a half, try and go back, use the step that I mentioned before, the barcode, the UV light, check your boxes, and if you bought them from somebody, somewhere reputable, just go back to them and tell them, look, I have an issue with this box, and hopefully they'll be able to help you out and find a way out of this. Now, the next one is not so much a question. It is more of a comment that I've been getting and seeing around, and people think that this is an inside job. This is something that Habanos has done because, you know, the government is involved, and we know and we hear of how this government in Cuba works, and they've taken power of the companies, and that, you know, Habanos has shortages of tobacco, and that Habanos is profit first before quality, that they've changed. So these are many issues that I've been hearing and comments, and people have asked me, and you know, for my thoughts on this. Well, we wouldn't know if they were fake or not, because Habanos would have put them into their original boxes with the original seals, with the original stamp. So the way that we are finding out now that, you know, this stamp has an issue in the coat of arms, that wouldn't have happened, because the Habanos would just put the real stamp on it if this was an inside job, unless they're trying to see if they can get away with this, or if like a test kind of thing, and they've deliberately made this change so that they can track it. But we wouldn't know if this is an inside job. As a matter of fact, I don't think this will be an inside job, because Habanos, one, will ruin the reputation. Two, people are already complaining about the quality and all of this. So having fake cigars coming straight from Habanos, I don't think is good for business. So I just wanted to, you know, put my thoughts out there, my opinion on this, because I did see it a lot, and a lot of people commented on my Instagram and stuff about it, sending me messages. So yeah, that's what I think of it. I don't think it would be an inside Habanos trying to sell fake boxes because they don't have enough cigars themselves. So who then? Who is adding this fake cigars, fake boxes to the market? Well, Montefortuna came out publicly on a Reddit post, and they said that it was a distributor that they normally buy. Speaking to friends, other distributors of non-Cubans, and some Habanos, them distributors themselves, and you know, stores and people in the industry, even some people inside the factories or in Cuba, we think, you know, it could be true. We think that the person who will profit the most would be a distributor, and this is nothing new either. This has happened before, not at this scale in the cigar world, but it did happen a lot more in the wine world. A rich Indonesian wine collector and distributor sold a record-breaking 50 million in today's money worth of fake wine. A full, you know, world-renowned wine authenticators. It's not the first time that a distributor does this. We've seen it with this example, for example. So there could be a big chance, you know, that a distributor could, you know, if you make an order of 100 boxes, why not put 10 fake, 15 fake boxes in there? You know, you get them in your shop. I'm sure they will just check a few, and then the rest they will just trust the distributor and put everything for sale. So before doing this video, I reached out to Montefortuna Cigars. I wanted to hear their side of the story. I wanted to know, you know, if there was anything new or what did they really think. I know that they put out a post in Reddit and you know, publicly admitted to selling the counterfeit cigars, and I think this was big of them. Not many companies will do this because they'll think it's going to ruin our reputation and stuff, but they did it anyway, and I actually think that it's a good thing, because coming out now, all their customers can go back and have a look, check their boxes. I know about Montefortuna Cigars since October 2018 when I did some work with them, and I was really happy with the quality, the customer service and everything, so much that I've referred them to many friends here in the UK. They've made many purchases, and I have actually a couple of friends that taught them how to check the cigar, check the boxes and stuff, and we've never had a problem. So seeing how much they've grown, the reputation they've built, and you know, just recently they celebrated their anniversary. They also launched the Spirits brand. Selling counterfeit cigars, I think, is not something that they want to do deliberately. Regardless, I did ask them the question, and here is the reply. In their message, they explained to me that a few months ago, they purchased some cohibas from a renowned distributor of non-Cubans. They did the regular checks of barcodes, among other checks, and proceeded to buy them as they trusted the supplier. And that within this purchase, some fake boxes were mixed up and ended up in client hands. They also said that as soon as they identified the issue, they refunded the customers and replaced their item with original ones. They also commented about the release statement on Reddit and cutting ties with the distributor. Now this is just a summary, but you can pause the video and read the full reply, and you can also click the subscribe button below and support my channel. If you've read the whole message, you can see that they have put in place more rigorous checks. Now they're going to also check with the UV light. They're going to carry out all the other checks, check with the UV light, check every box before it goes to a customer. So they are going to make sure that whenever they buy anything and the customer buys anything, they're getting the real deal. This is something that I think is a good step forward for them, just to make sure that the customer is always taken care of, that before they send anything out, they're checking that is the real thing, that the good quality, that there are no damages, so that the customer gets their money's worth. I think that's really nice of Montefortuna. They also say that this was an isolated issue and that customers shouldn't worry about it happening again. Now, if they cut ties with this distributor like they say, I'm sure from now on they'll be more careful on from where to buy cigars. And they also do all of these checks that they're mentioning on the messages. I am quite confident of to buy again from them, because it was an incident, it happened, they've rectified it, and now they're going to make sure it never happens again. Unfortunately, it had to come all the way here to customers complaining, so that a seller like Montefortuna do more checks on their stock. But again, you wouldn't think that a supplier where you're buying thousands and thousands of dollars of cigars all the time and you have a reputation with them will do something like this. So it is a bit hard to blame one or the other, but the good thing is that they're doing something about it. I hope I shine some light in this matter and explain some of these points. Please do some research, and remember, smoke less but smoke the best.